Okay, welcome out to today's advisory report. It is July 31st, 2026, last day of the month, and the markets are starting to redeem themselves a little bit. The short-term trend actually went back to bullish. Market conditions are neutral to uncertain. Big news the last 2 days was a bit of an explanation on why we had such a massive sell-off on Wednesday. It wasn't just the Fed meeting notes, it was actually the implosion of a hedge fund that was highly leveraged in the AI space and short the software space. Ex-research analyst from OpenAI opened up a hedge fund. Not sure about how much money he started with. A couple $100 million, drove it to $50 billion, and it was so over leveraged. 4x, it sounds like. Those two trades went against him and was unable to back out fast enough to a point where he ended up with a margin call, forcing a massive liquidation in those types of names. So that selling could be the end of it. We'll see if the markets continue to or at least want to continue that sell-off after a bounce. But we'll see what's happening. Nonetheless, short-term signal is bullish. Market conditions are back to neutral, which is better than bearish and adverse on both. And the offense is starting to be reclaimed, and our strategies, S&P 500 back up 0.72% over the 20-day, over the 50-day. And you can see some offensive measures starting to be deployed back into our strategies, back up to 70% in the ultra aggressive, 92% in the aggressive, moderate aggressive, 76. The next stretch for these three would be the increased offense if the market wants to confirm a little bit more. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the charts. Looking at the intermediate trend, this whole time, no matter what's been happening on the short term, we've had to kind of maintain this bullish biasness that I keep talking about as we are over the 30-week moving average. So that helps us not to get too defensive on the rough days like we had a few days ago. Jumping over to the short-term chart, you can see this was the day I'm referring to. Closing at the dead lows, then bouncing back, and then getting some confirmation today. A little bit off the top. Let's go ahead and jump over to the intramarket and take a look at it. What happened during the day? I would say overall pretty impressive. So we started out with a gap up. They sold the gap, then it found support, and then ratcheting higher, higher, and higher. A little bit selling at the end, as I think some short-term traders, ultra short-term traders, probably taking profits into the close. I'm not sure exactly, but things are looking a lot better. We'll look for an additional day of confirmation. Then we'll have 3 days up. We'll see if we can go sideways a little bit and then reclaim, maybe attacking highs. Kind of amazing after some of the sentiment was so bad recently. Let's jump on over to Market Lens. Let's look at some of the stocks that we have. Not very many, but we did shave off our hedge that we had. So we'll look at Eli Lilly. We trimmed a little bit of this today, about half of what we had. Just doesn't look very good, even though it found its footing and came back up. Still a lot of resistance to get through. So holding a little bit of that in CrowdStrike, actually a beautiful day, a beautiful chart. After many days of coming back in, never hit our stops, starting to turn back up as it's gaining support on the 50-day moving average. We'll see if this one, how much higher this one actually wants to go. So that's what I got for you today. Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon and weekend. We'll be right back at it on Monday.